It's happened. The world is healing. Look at this, Jack. Look, it's a haircut.
I don't know. A what?
Actual haircut. It's what they do when you don't want your hair to be long no more. In the old world, it happened every couple of weeks. But nowadays, it's every 6 to 8 months this happens.
Oh, it's interesting that. It's very novel, an invention there.
Yeah, I know. And also yesterday, I had a drink poured by someone else as well. I know.
Are you a witch?
I think I might be a witch, Harry Potter. I think I might. But enough of that frivolity. It's Tuesday, which means it's wrestling news o'clock. A top Raw star has been written off television. A released WWE star takes a shot at management. And Batista comments on making an in-ring return. Find out more in a bit. So Monday Night Raw happened last night, and it could spell the end of a top Raw star no sooner than a week after they made their return. So it was last night on Raw, the main event of Charlotte versus Asuka. Ends, spoilers, with Asuka pinning Charlotte Flair with the help of Rhea Ripley. Following on from this, we see Charlotte Flair attacking a referee Eddie Orengo. For those who are keeping track at home, if you're official, you can mark him off your list of referees that got attacked in 2021. And consequently, on Raw Talk, Adam Pearce revealed that Charlotte Flair had received a $100,000 fine and had been indefinitely suspended from WWE. Now, this is obviously a storyline work. It's written by Kay Fabe. But it seems as if they're writing Charlotte off television, Jack.
Yeah, it's a strange one. Unless this is further motivation for, like, a darker turn down the line or something. But she's already healed, so I'm quite confused as well. I don't quite understand what the outcome of this is going to be.
I can't help but feel like they tried to give Charlotte like a Stone Cold Steve Austin type vibe, attack anyone, get fined and suspended and keep coming back for more. Like, I feel like the dynamic, it feels like they want Rhea Ripley to be the heel and Charlotte to be a face? No?
If they're going for that, then that is silly. That is silly, Tom.
Let's not hope.
I'm not going to say they're doing that quite yet with Charlotte, though. But you know, they do love her. She is very good. She is very good, but she wins a lot and features a lot.
We'll see how they go with this one. Talking of Raw from last night, it was subject to some significant changes, lastminute.com. As according to Fightful, Vince McMahon arrived, quote, significantly late to the show. Changes were put forth for last night's Raw as soon as he arrived, which was quite late in the day. There's loads of stuff that was thrown out just before the show went to air. We were meant to see Braun Strowman and Randy Orton last night. Instead, we got Braun Strowman teaming up with Drew McIntyre to face T-Bar and Mace. And we got Randy Orton versus Riddle in a match which surprises me is how good it is. It shouldn't do, but they seem to work quite well together, which I was happy about.
No, that is very true. But I also would have quite enjoyed Orton and Strowman, I think, just to see how that would have gone. But, you know, I mean, that's not the point, I suppose. The point is that, again, it's Vince making very last-minute changes to Raw. And in this case, again, according to Fightful, arriving very late. Must be a bit of a stressful environment for the writers and for everybody involved with the running of the show, Tom.
To have a show ready and just sort of waiting for this guy to turn up quite late in the day. Do you know what? There's something about Vince McMahon at the moment, which kind of a hack theory, you know, from myself, that maybe leads to him possibly stepping away from the company a little bit more, because as well as sort of turning up like late to Raw last night, and there's been a few occasions where he's not even been there, but PW Insider reporting as well that Vince McMahon won't talk to the press anymore, simply because he doesn't want to do interviews anymore. He also revealed it was also revealed by PW Insider that Vince doesn't want to be a part of conference calls anymore either. Like, Vince McMahon really stepping away from a lot of day-to-day running of the company. I mean, he's 75, so you can't blame him.
Yeah, you can't blame him at all. But I don't know. It could mean that he's beginning to step away. But I think the big factor against that being true is that it's Vince McMahon, and that he, you know, there's the feeling that he'll, you know, hang on to control until the bitter end. Whether that's maybe a more limited role where he's just involved in the booking of the show and not all the businessy stuff around it. But I can't see him relinquishing that as things stand at the moment.
No, but potentially some sort of changes to management down the way. Management that Mickie James is upset with this morning. So talk us through the Twitter activity that involves Matt Groening's The Simpsons from last night, Jack.
Yeah, Mickie James, quote, retweeted a meme from The Simpsons from the account Simpsons Quote of the Day, Simpsons QOTD on Twitter. Very funny account because they bring back a lot of lovely memories of The Simpsons and that. But she quote retweeted the scene of Milhouse being fired where he's like, so that's it after 20 years, so long, good luck. And the boss goes, I don't recall saying good luck. Well, Mickie James has put live footage of last Thursday, implying, not Milhouse, what am I talking about? His dad.
I was going to correct you, it was Kirk Van Houten. I thought, by now there's already 30 comments down there.
Yeah.
But it was Kirk Van Houten that got sacked from the Cracker Factory.
Milhouse is a child, he can't get sacked. Anyway, Mickie James has quote retweeted that, implying that she is in the shoes of Kirk Van Houten, yes.
And it was Brian Gewurtz who tweeted out that his support of Mickie James, saying that she was the best employee at the Cracker Factory. So that's, I am actually gutted for Mickie James being gone from WWE. Like, I feel like they've lost a major player there, somebody that has got that gravitas and that experience, who can help bring people along who are coming in, who they want to develop more. Like Mickie, like we talked yesterday on the news, you and I, Jack, about how there was talk for Chelsea Green and Mickie James to work a story together. Like something like that would have really brought Chelsea Green along. And again, I'm going to quote something from the news yesterday that Eva Lee said, in which she said that it's strange how sort of female veterans of the wrestling industry aren't always treated with the same sort of level of legitimacy that some of the male ones are. And like Mickie James, after all this time in the industry, I feel like has so much more to offer than sort of working the odd match and then just being let go like this.
Yeah, that's a very fair point from Eva Lee, especially with Mickie James being let go. And I think that, you know, she could have fulfilled a similar role if she wanted to someone like Serena Deeb at AEW, in that she's great in the ring still, but has so much experience and so much knowledge that she could pass on to the next generation. And I just don't know, even if she didn't want to do that, even if she just wanted to, you know, retire or whatever, or wrestle elsewhere, I do think that's right, that maybe she needs to be afforded a lot more respect.
Agreed. And I think that wherever she goes, if she chooses to do something else, I'd like to. Do you know what? I think that the connection's already there with her husband Nick Aldis. I'd quite like to see Mickie turn up on NWA Power. Yeah, I think that'd be a fun little turn of events. You know, do a little tour of force there. She's got the history in Impact Wrestling as well, Hardcore Country, and all that jazz. But I think I'm trying to avoid anything saying other than saying AEW, because I feel like everybody says AEW. She may make a return to Impact. I think that'd be nice to see. But will Dave Batista make a return to WWE in ring? So, what has Dave been saying at Justice Con, Jack?
Well, someone, I believe the host of the event joked that we'd be seeing Batista deliver some Batista bombs in the near future, and Batista said, don't put that out there, people will jump all over that, as we are doing that, saying he's coming out of retirement, but no, I'm not. It's so hard to convince people that I'm actually retired. You have no idea how tough that discussion is. When a professional wrestler retires, they don't really retire, they just kind of retire, which is very true there from Batista 99% of the time. If the paycheck or event is big enough, they'll come out of retirement, but it's just not that way with me. I exited the business in such a storybook way, I could never go back. I'm just done. I got to finish on my own terms, and nothing is going to bring me back and take away from that. Fair play to Batista.
Dave Batista returning for SummerSlam 2021.
In the beautiful city of Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
That is a very hot SummerSlam. That truly is. On the podcast feed today, I want to give this some love. If you are a little bit jaded by modern day WWE Raw, the Cultaholic Classic Raw review is waiting for you, where we are watching Monday Night Raw from 1995. We've been doing it every single week for the last couple of years, and this episode that we are talking about today, Jack, I don't know whether any of these names are going to resonate with you. I hope they do, right? The first promo we're discussing of Waylon Mercy.
Okay, yes, I'm familiar with Waylon Mercy.
The old Cape Fear inspired character. He kills a worm in his debut. It was a brutal F in the chat for the worm. And it is the in-ring debut of Techno Team 2000.
Yes!
Travis and Troy!
What an episode.
It is a phenomenal episode, and if you'd like to know just how much effort they really wanted to put into Techno Team 2000, like it blew my mind when I researched like how desperate Vince was to make Techno Team 2000 the tag team of the future. It is alarming. I can't wait for you to check it out. It'll be on the podcast feed later on today. What's coming up with you today, Jack? What are you up to today?
Today, predominantly, I am writing a feature for the website, which will go out tomorrow. So.
Can we get a little teasy-roo?
I need to still talk to Mitch and find out what it's about. Because I literally don't know what I'm writing about yet. But normally we have a bit of a chat, and either I'll come up with an idea or he will. And I'm sure it'll be just superb, and that'll be up on cultaholic.com tomorrow.
If it's not a list of the 10 best wrestling dogs, I'll be furious.
Okay.
Thank you, mate. Love you, bye.